Hello everyone, this is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I, the Dragon, Cool and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Dio, and the now-released Lore and Frank. So, with the Nintendo Direct behind us, with some retrospectives, with some weird conspiracies going around, let's talk a little bit about one of the weird things I noticed about this Direct. Something that I have pointed out several times before, which other people have noticed, which I don't think has really gained a lot of traction, which I think needs to be talked about more. Something weird that needs to be addressed. Why exactly is Undertale almost always referenced in these things at least once? I don't know what it is, but every time it's either Toby Fox is working on a game, or Toby Fox is releasing a Deltarune update, or Toby Fox has Megalovania in Taiko Drums. It's always something, and every time without fail, no one really gives a shit. Deltarune has been a disaster. Nobody talks about it. It has no fans. It has no audience. It's not that big of a deal. Little Town Hero, the Game Freak game that Toby Fox was hired to do the OST for, a complete disaster. Nobody played it. Nobody cares. Nobody remembers the OST. And now we have Taiko Drum, right? A game that Toby Fox seems to have paid to have Megalovania in the game. I don't know why. I don't know the exact situations behind it, but Nintendo thought it prudent to tell its audience that Megalovania is in this game. And first of all, if Toby Fox is involved in any project, I don't care what it is. If he's involved in any project, I will not support it. I am not playing Taiko Drum because Toby Fox Megalovania is in the game. I actively boycott that shit. I have no patience for it. I don't want to support Toby Fox in any way, shape, or form. But secondly, is anyone actually getting excited at the concept of playing Megalovania in a game like this? I don't think so. I think in this situation, considering this is a Nintendo Direct, you should have put more emphasis on the fact that the Legend of Zelda theme is in there. But no, I think in the Direct they named Megalovania first, and then kind of threw in Zelda as an afterthought, which doesn't make any sense. And considering this is a Nintendo Direct, right? The audience is primarily going to be Nintendo fans and are, of course, huge Zelda fanatics. It makes no sense to talk about Megalovania in this context. And I am forced to conclude, considering all the weird shit I've seen lately with Deltarune getting front billing on news sections on the news app, and just the discrepancy between audience enthusiasm and the actual success of these products, I legit feel as if someone at Nintendo of America is promoting Undertale at the expense of other superior games. This has been going on long enough where I think it can be inferred that this is happening. Toby Fox must have some kind of contact who is making weird decisions like this to try and promote his nonsense over other superior games. Again, I think Undertale is only as relevant as it is because of this kind of nepotism, with game journalists giving it perfect scores, with Toby Fox paying to have concerts done in Japan. There's lots of things. There are lots of examples of Fox doing underhanded things to try and keep Undertale talked about as much as it possibly can, considering its audience has grown up and moved on a long time ago. It's baffling to me that such a flavor of the month meme game still has such this weird push behind it, and I do think that some degenerate at Nintendo of America is trying their best to keep Undertale relevant in any way they can, and it is downright pathetic. It really is. Undertale was never good to begin with, and I will not be I will not be sad when people finally start turning against Toby Fox and his ridiculous JRPG knockoff product.